Everybody, so today's March 30th, 2022. That was kind of loud. In the process right now, moving out of my house, so switching things up a little bit. But I want to go over NFP strategy. Actually, this is Angelo's. We went over it today, and the accelerator call we did this morning, a live trading call, and we do that Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and NFP. So we talk about an NFP strategy for gold, scalping gold. We touch on it a little bit. We went into a little more detail on the call this morning, but our strategy for that on pullbacks, when after the news drops, essentially you want to look at that first candle and wait for the pullback, and that is going to be a bit of a signal for a move. We discussed that. We discussed risk management specifically for trading challenges in order to get funded, outside capital. If you don't know, if you just kind of found my channel recently, that's my main goal and priority, is to help you get capital to trade with, because the number one thing that causes traders to over leverage, break their rules, is because they don't have enough money to trade with in the first place. So that being said, enjoy this video. We also go over GBP Swiss, which was a good sell-off today that we're currently holding. So enjoy the video, stick around to the end, and I'll do some analysis as we go into the rest of the week and let you know what I'm looking at going into NFP. Enjoy. Peace.
It's the other thought that's popping into my head is it's always good to look at, if you look at that chart right there, if you just bleep out, just like New York Open really, but whatever the trend was before, it normally continues after. And so that also gives you a good bias to see if it's, how long to stay in.
Yeah, and I mean, the nice thing was that this last NFP, actually, we kind of already had a formation, like we were breaking out of this triangle, price started moving up, so it kind of gave us a little bit of a telltale sign. So we got a little bit of like a cheat sheet there. But if you wanted to use Momentum, which I have personally never tested it with Momentum, I just have kind of just done it off candlestick structure. But I mean, if we look at it, if you look at your entry, everything was bullish. So it just lined up, and then if you wanted that re-entry, we got a cross on this is the 24 Momentum, so I did change it, but we got a cross. I mean, you could look for that pullback, but it works. Just test it out and try it for yourself. I mean, take a look. I know that with gold, it usually picks one direction, even if we get a strong pullback. Like, I think if I can go back one more, when was the last NFP? That was kind of on the 4th. Oh, it was 4th again. Okay, so the 4th of February. Go back one more. It'll show us the same thing. Which I think this is the one. No, it was before, but it's fine. So yeah, like right here. This one was a little fun just because the move had already happened in the first 5 minutes. But I mean, still, if you get sit at 1% risk. Yeah, definitely reduce the risk down to like 0.25, 0.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is one's great for sure, but you know, on where you only have 5 to lose potentially, or you know what I mean.
Then keep it lower than that. That's too much coffee, man.
But no, dude, it is like 5 a.m. in Vegas, right? So it's cool. It's cool.
Oh yeah.
It's all right. And yeah, Gabe, this is what I'm looking at for pound Swiss.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I just am hesitant with it being the opposite of the other pound pairs, and I think Euro GBP is going to drop. Pound strength would come in, but if Swiss is strong,
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a great re-entry, and this is pretty much exactly what I was talking about in the opposite way. Like,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Exactly
Envelope.
what I'm looking for.
Right. Envelope. Little point of interest here. But, you know, you could always probably make a pretty good, if you switched it up and just like, okay, I'm going to just do pendings, right, into these areas. All right. Okay, so let's get into it. We're looking at gold here. Of course, everybody wants to trade gold all the time, including me when it's working out. So, but it's been a little hard to get a read on, specifically because of the conflict and what's going on with, I almost said Iran. Almost said that. I mean, it's been hard to get a read on it because of what's been going on with the current conflict. But man, we have a nice setup forming here on potentially for gold going into NFP. So we just got stopped here at the 86.3 Fibonacci level. So this is a Fibonacci retracement. If you're not familiar with those, what it does is measure according to the Fibonacci ratio. You may have learned that in school. Fibonacci's everywhere. It's in that orchid back there. It's in an orange. It's in a swirl of a wave or a seashell. And you can also measure the measurements of the market by using the same ratio. So here we are, this 86.3, bang on that retracement, just smashed it. And here we are, we got rejected at the 200 moving average. So this is looking like a pretty solid setup going into NFP. We actually have an inverted head and shoulder pattern here, which kind of played out, or it's trying to. Whether or not that we'll see right at that 86.3. And I will be looking at, that is a pretty good precursor of what may be happening. I'll be looking at pullbacks here on dollar CAD. We had a nice little stop hunt. Boom, right here. Look at that. So what do I mean by stop hunt? So the big banks, the smart money, so to speak, is going to come in here, build up liquidity along the bottom, and traders going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to bounce here. We're going to bounce. I'm going to buy. And maybe they bought right here and it's looking good. And they took some profits and they came back down and they bought again. And they're like, yeah, I'm killing it. And then it breaks down again and breaks all the way through, takes their stop before an even bigger move. Pretty standard textbook play. And you can see right now, it's starting to take off after that. So if we're getting, and this is what it looks like in the hourly. So if we're getting some strength for the dollar, setting up into NFP. Now, NFP, you can just flip a coin a lot of times. Your guess is as good as mine on what actually is going to happen. But we're looking like some possibly, now I don't mean long-term strength, but you can see here in gold as well, we're breaking down. This is why I started with gold back below that 78.6. You can see here on shorter time frame, we're really breaking down nicely and setting this up for just a little something I'm playing with on Scalping Gold here. Where was I? Let's go back to my template. And so here we are in NZD/USD, of course, AU. Aussie, New Zealand have been super bullish, but going to be keeping an eye out for them to turn around. GU, same deal, retested this area, broke down. And so keep an eye out for these dollar pairs moving forward. Now, dollar Swiss is its own animal at the moment because it's just kind of doing its own thing. And UJ, I'm looking here for a potential rally, a failing rally, which would potentially coincide with, no, it probably won't be that exact, but who knows, with some dollar strength if that becomes the attitude of the market going into NFP Friday. So it's going to be a big week. Hope you got a lot out of this video. I appreciate the support. And if you want to trade this with us live, NFP live, if you want to get on our live calls, and aside from that, a guide, a mentor, a trading group, a community, and a step-by-step process and coaching program to help you get the capital you need to trade with. Because if you're trying to flip a $500 account or $1,000 account, or you keep buying challenges and then you buy another challenge and you maybe pass the first one, fail verification, or maybe you even get funded and you've been funded once or twice, and you end up losing the account because you don't have the right trade psychology, you don't have the right community and environment, just a winning environment. And if you want to be surrounded by other people that are winning, doing this, click the link below. Let's make it happen for you. So basically, I had to ask myself, how long am I going to just keep trying to do this before I found a mentor? And that changed everything for me. So if that's where you're at, let's make it happen for you. Peace, everybody.